Okay, so now I want to talk about the quick launch. And the quick launch is a great way to bring in money fast, hence the name Quick Launch. So the deal with the quick launch, the caveat is that you do need to have an offer, some type of a product and an offer, and you do need to have a list. So this isn't for people who are just starting out. If you're just starting out, then you want to go with the seed launch. But the quick launch, if you've got that offer and the list, it can be just, well, very, very quick way to bring in some momentum and some money into your business. And also to get people to jump from into that buyer column, to move them from the prospect list to the buyer list. So what you need is basically a story and some type of a special offer. So the special offer doesn't have to be complicated. It can be some type of a discount. It could be an extra bonus. It could be an extra teleseminar. It really doesn't have to be fancy. One very simple one, if you're sitting there trying to rack your brain, what is it? 50% off. Your offer can be great and give you a great quick launch if you can swing it. If you have that margin where you can give a 50% off discount, or if you've got a great back end offer so that after they purchase, you're going to have some type of an upsell for them either immediately or down the road, and so that can make sense. But if you can do 50% off, that's great. Doesn't have to be. I've done many quick launches that were like 20% off and did really well. So you need some type of a special offer. You can also just do bundle stuff together. Bundles work really well. Take your main product and bundle in something else as a bonus, or put them together into a super bundle. That works great for a quick launch offer. Now, next you need that story. The story doesn't have to be amazing. The classic example that I've taught, and I've been teaching this one for years, and I'm going to keep on teaching it for years because it works really, really well. It worked well for me, and it works really, really well for my product launch formula owners, is my tax sale. So I'll be teaching you that in one of the upcoming videos. And the story behind this, I'll go into detail, but the basic premise of this was that I got a big unexpected tax bill. My business did really well. Took my taxes to the accountant. He gave them back to me, and I was like, "Oh, you got to be kidding!" Actually, he told me the numbers over the phone, and there was like he's reading off them one digit at a time, and then he read an extra digit. There's a whole extra digit, so it was not a happy day. But then I came up with the idea. I was like, "Oh my gosh, what am I going to do?" And frankly, I had the money to pay for it, but I didn't want to write this huge check. So I put together a special offer and did this super quick launch, super quick promotion. At the end of the day, this is it's just a promotion. It's almost like a sale. And it worked really well. And so that was the birth of the quick launch. The funny thing about that is that, I made a lot of money with my quick launch, and then in teaching it to product launch formula owners over the years, they've just made, if we added up all the money that tax bill has generated for all my PLF owners, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars. So it's awesome. Quick launches are very cool. Now your story doesn't have to be about a tax bill. It can be about any number of things. It doesn't have to be all that amazing. It could be about special events like weddings or birthdays or graduations, or you got a new office or a new home. It could be about other financial calamities, like I had a tax sale. I mean, you could have your basement flooded, or your pipes broke, or whatever. It could be something like, I need to raise money. And that was the story of my tax sale. I just went out and told people, I need to raise money. That's why I'm discounting this. So, or the other thing you could do is it could just be a simple customer appreciation, or a subscriber appreciation, or a reader appreciation, where you go out and you say, hey, thanks for being one of my readers. I really appreciate you, and because of that, I've put together this amazing special deal. You do have to have a start and an end to the launch, like you do with every launch. And that's what gets people moving. So you have that special offer, you have a reason for the special offer, you have a start and an end, and you promote it. You mail people. Generally, a quick launch is all done via email, so that makes it super, super simple. Now, one thing about quick launches is you're not going to do $1 million with one of these. It's just not the nature of them. But it's a really nice cash infusion, and it moves people from that buyer column or from the prospect column, from your prospect list, over to your buyer list. And if you remember, back when I was talking about lists, there's different types of lists. There's those, and two of them are that prospect list and the buyer's list. Well, if you can get someone to buy something from you and move them into that buyer column, onto that buyer list, they are worth 15 times more to you. And that number varies from market to market and business to business, but I've seen that over and over in my businesses. It's between 15 and 20 times more valuable to have someone on that buyer list. If you have 1,000 leads or 1,000 people on your buyer list and 1,000 people on your prospect list, and you send each of them a promotion, that buyer list is going to generate 15 times more dollars in sales. So if nothing else, doing a quick launch, moving people over into that buyer list is super, super powerful. But it's just also a really great way to bring in money. So yeah, quick launches are very cool because they're simple, they're easy, they're generally just email, and all you have to do is put together that that special offer, and put together, create that, have that story behind it, and then have that start and end to the launch, and you win. One of the things, the way I structure this, the way what it allows you to do is it allows you to, one of the things, like I remember the first time I went furniture shopping, and it really, since we were so just desperately poor for when I was, newly married and our kids were little, I can remember vividly when I went furniture shopping for the very first time, and it wasn't that long ago. Before that, it was all hand-me-downs. But in any case, we went to this one furniture store, and they were having this big sale, and we were just like went throughout the whole store, and everything in the store was on sale. I had this sale ticket or whatever, and I thought, wow, this is really amazing. But since it was the first time we bought furniture, I just was not ready. My wife and I were not ready to make these big decisions because it was a big decision. And so we held off, and we didn't, the sale ended on Tuesday, and we didn't buy anything. And then we waited a couple of weeks, and we went back and to that same store, and they were having another sale, a different sale, and everything in the entire store was on sale. And we thought, that's sort of weird. And because we take so long to make decisions about purchases like that, we held off again, and we went back 2 weeks later, and they were having another sale, and everything was marked off. And we quickly realized that this store, everything was always on sale. And you don't want to have, in my opinion, you don't want a business where everything is always on sale. Because then, or where you're just frequently having sales like every month, because then people are going to be looking at your business and say, oh, I'm interested in buying this, but I'm just going to wait a little while because I know it's going to go on sale. I don't ever want to have that kind of positioning. Remember, we talked about positioning earlier. You don't want to ever have the kind of positioning where people just expect discounts from you and they're just going to wait for a sale. And so you don't want to continually do these quick launches. And that is also the reason why you want to go out and have a story and a reason behind the discount. You want there to be a good, solid reason for it that justifies that special deal that you're giving people. So that's just something to think about with your quick launches. But again, they're simple, they're easy, they're actually fun, they're lucrative, and they move people, from being prospects to being buyers. So with that said, we're going to get to some examples now.